Good morning. Welcome to the lecture series of object-oriented programming concepts in Python. Today's agenda is single inheritance and multi-level inheritance. We will discuss about the single inheritance. So, in the single inheritance is nothing but a class is derived from a parent class. Here we are assuming that A is the base class or the parent class. From that class, we want to derive a class B. So, automatically B class inherits the attributes and the methods from the class A. Let us take one example. We are assuming that student is one of the super class or the base class. From the student class, we want to derive the fast learner. That is nothing but fast learner is also a student, but he is studying additional courses to enhance his skills. So let us discuss with an example. First, we create the student class, and here we are assuming that the student class consisting of the register number, name, and the year of study. So automatically here we want to create the student class. For that reason, we are using the class student. It is representing as student is a class we want to define. And next we are using the init. It is the constructor in the student class, and it takes the name, register number, and year as the parameters. And what is the name, register number, and year? We pass it to the student class constructor. Those are assigned to the self.name is equal to name. That is, the name is assigned to the self.name. And similarly, the register number is assigned to the self.register number, and the year is assigned to the self.year. So automatically, for each object is created in the student class, it's simply consisting of the name, register number, and year are the object data members. Now we define a method. Its name is the display name. It simply displays the name of the particular student. For that reason, here we define the display name is print. We are printing the name is what is the name of the particular student. We want to display. For that reason, we are using the self.name. Now we take one simple example. We want to create a student object. Its name is S1, and we are passing the parameters as Kumar is the name of the student, and 1 is the register number of the student, and first year is he is studying in the BTech first year. For that reason, we want to pass the first year is the year. So automatically the S1 object is created. Automatically the S1 is the student object. It consisting of the name is Kumar, and the register number is 1, and year is the first year. Now we simply use the S1 dot display name. Automatically it displays the output is the name is Kumar. This is the output is displayed on the screen. I hope you understand how to create the base class or the parent class, that is the student, and it consisting of the name, register number, and year are the object attributes. And similarly, we define a method, that is the display name. Its purpose is to display the name is what is the name of the particular student. So now we try to discuss about the fast learner. So here we are assuming that the fast learner must be derived from the student class. So automatically the fast learner is also be having the name, register number, year. In addition to that one, he is simply taking the additional courses to enhance his skills. For that reason, we want to add one more attribute is the additional courses. So automatically here we define the class is the fast learner. So automatically we are using the statement is the class fast learner, and we are passing the student as a parameter. That itself indicates that the fast learner class is derived from the student. So here in the first statement, class fast learner of student, it indicates that the fast learner class is derived from the student class. Now we are using the constructor of the fast learner. It simply takes the parameters is the name, register number, year, and additional courses. Now here in the constructor of the fast learner, we need to use the constructor of its parent student class. For that reason, whenever we need to call the constructor of the parent class, then we are using the statement is the super.init. Here why you are using the super? Whenever we need to call the constructor of the its parent class. Whenever we need to call the constructor of the parent class, we are using the super dot init, and we are passing the parameters is name, register number and year. So what are the parameters are we are assigning the name, register number and year. Those are assigned to the data members. In addition to that one, additional course is the newly added attribute in the FastLearner. For that reason, we are assigning the self dot a course is equal to the a course. So automatically this is the way whenever we need to define the constructor in the derived class, whenever we need to call its parent constructor, we need to use the super dot init, and we need to pass the parameters. Automatically the parent class constructor will be executed whenever we are creating the object in the derived class. In addition to that one, we need to define the display name one. And what is the purpose of the display name one is, already we define the display name is the method is existing on the student. So automatically each FastLearner object is also allowed to use the display name. We want to use that method. In addition to that one, we want to define one more method is the display name one. The display name, it simply displays the name is Kumar or name is Sunil and so on. But here in the display name one, we want to display that the student name is a FastLearner. For example, Kumar is a FastLearner or Sunil is a FastLearner. In that way, we want to define the display name one. For that reason, here we are using the display name one is a method is defined, and here using the print command, it simply displays the name of the student is followed by the is a FastLearner, that is the string constant is concatenated with the name of the student. Now we try to discuss with one example how to create an object of the FastLearner. Here we take the parameters is the Sunil is the name of the student, and 1 is representing as the registration number of the student is the 1, and similarly the second year is representing the which year the student is studying. Sunil is studying in the second year, and he is interested in the additional courses he want to learn is the Python. So automatically the S2 is an object of the FastLearner. It simply consisting the name is Sunil and the register number is 1, year is the second year, and the additional courses is representing the Python. And whenever we are using the S2 dot display name 1, it automatically displays that Sunil is a FastLearner. So automatically the output is displayed as the Sunil is a FastLearner. I hope you clearly understand the single inheritance. In this example, we defined the person is a base class or the parent class. The person class consisting of the name, register number and year, and it is having the display name as a method. And from the person class, we are deriving the FastLearner. So here the FastLearner class is derived from the student class. So automatically the FastLearner consists in the name, register number and year parameter. These are derived from the student. In addition to that one, we want to add one more attribute is the additional courses. Similarly, we already the display name method is derived from the student. In addition to that one, we are added one more method is the display name one in the FastLearner class. I hope we clearly understand the single inheritance. Now we will discuss about the multi-level inheritance. And what is the multi-level inheritance? A class is derived from parent class. Example, A is the base class or the super class. From A class, we are derived the B class. From B class, we want to derive the another class is C. So automatically, here we are using the more than one level of inheritance. So it is called as the multi-level inheritance. Here we take one example of the multi-level inheritance. We are assuming that student is the super class. So already we know that the student class consisting of the name, register number and year are the parameters. From the student, we are deriving the FastLearner. That is nothing but he is capable to learn what are the courses are covered in the regular classes. In addition to that one, he is interested to learn some additional courses. Those are called as the FastLearners. So automatically the FastLearner simply consisting of the name, register number and year. In addition to that one, he has also be added one more attribute is the additional courses. Now we are assuming that the FastLearners are also be classified into the different categories. Some of the FastLearners are interested for higher studies. Those who are interested for higher studies, they may prepare for the GATE, GRE, TOEFL entrance examinations. Based on the score they got in the GATE, GRE and TOEFL, they will get the admission in the premier institutions. The another type of the FastLearner is they want to place in the Amazon, Google, those types of the multinational companies. So automatically here we are assuming that a coder is very much interested to learn about the coding skills and he want to crack the coding competitions, and the target is he want to place in the multinational companies with the high packages. So automatically he interested to practice more on the problem solving skills. So automatically we are assuming that the coder is also be the one of the fast learner. For that reason, here we take the example is the student is the base class. From the student class we are deriving the fast learner. From the fast learner is also there are the different categories. Either they may go for the higher studies, or they want to place in the multinational companies with the high packages. For example, we are assuming that the coder is one of the type of the student. He very much interested in the problem solving skills. Now we take one example. So here the example of the coder, already we know that the fast learner class. In the fast learner class, simply consisting of the parameters is the name, register number, year and additional courses. In addition to that one, we want to maintain the information about the coder is coding in which coding platform. That is, he is very much interested to solve the problems in the C programming language or the Python or the Java. So we want to maintain that information also. For that reason, here we are simply defined the class coder, that is nothing but the class name is coder, and it is derived from the fast learner. For that reason, we are giving the within the parenthesis the fast learner. That itself indicates that the coder class is derived from the fast learner, and it is automatically consisting of the name, register number, year and additional courses. So automatically the constructor in the coder, it takes the parameters is the name, register number, year and additional courses. In addition to that one, it is also maintained the which programming language the coder is practicing. So we are assuming the parameter we passed is the PL. So here we need to call the constructor of the parent class, that is the fast learner. For that reason, we are using the statement is the super.init, and we are passing the parameters as the name, register number, year and additional courses. So automatically we are using the constructor of the fast learner, those values are assigned to the objects. In addition to that one, we need to assign the PL to the platform of the self.platform is equal to PL. Using that one, we are adding one more attribute to the coder class, that is the platform attribute. And next one is, we simply define the function display info. So its main purpose is we want to display for example, Kumar is the good coder in a particular C programming language, or the Sunil is a good coder in the Python programming language. In that way, we want to display the information, that is the name of the student. He is a good coder in which programming language, that is nothing but the self.platform we want to display. Now we take one simple example. We want to create an object S3, and the S3, we want to create an object S3 of the coder class with the parameters is name is Kumar, and the register number is 1, and the year of study is the 3rd year, and next one is he is very much interested in the C programming language. So here we are passing the parameters is the name is the Kumar, and the register number is 1, year is the 3rd year, and he is very much interested in the C programming language, additional course, and you want to code in the C programming language. Then automatically we use the S3.displayInfo, automatically displays that Kumar is a good coder in C programming language. This is the example for the multiple inheritance. So in this example, we define the student is the base class. From the student class, we derived the fast learner. From the fast learner, we derived the coder. So automatically we are using the 2 levels of inheritance. So this is the example of the multi-level inheritance. So in today's class, we discussed about the single inheritance and multi-level inheritance. In the next class, we will discuss about the multiple inheritance, hierarchical inheritance and hybrid inheritance. Thank you for listening. Thank you.